Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mongoolie Show. Patch 7.1.0 is live right here, right now, but you'd never know it by playing the game because there is nothing new for you to do yet. So let's talk about what's coming in the future, I guess. Alright, so here we have the actual update live on msf.g. That's not what it's called anymore. MarvelStrikeForce.com, I think is the actual website now. Reading this for the first time, we're just going to go through it together. I've already kind of heard from other supporters that there's not a whole lot going on here, so we'll just come and take it as we go. As I said, we'll go through the actual game mode, but like everything that they're talking about here isn't actually in-game yet. So we're going to have to wait a little bit for that, so let's check it out. Alright, so at first we're going to be talking about the new Cosmic Crucible meta and what's going on there, and how important Firestar and Gwenpool are, because they made a room that requires Firestar and Gwenpool to defeat it. It's kind of like they're giving you the solution to the problem they gave you, as opposed to like people figured out that this team works really well together. They just kind of changed the rules so the team worked really well together, and then we're like, hey look, a problem. Give us money, we'll give you a solution to that problem. Feels kind of dirty, but if you're playing this game and you enjoy Cosmic Crucible as much as I do, you do need a solution to that problem, so I guess this is what we have. We have the new Warriors, which I hope is a name that doesn't stick, but so far it seems to be. If you get Firestar and Gwenpool, they're going to give allies 50% accuracy, which will bypass Spider-Weaver's accuracy mechanic in her passive ability. When charged on enemy turn, Firestar attacks the enemy with the highest speed, which means she can pick off characters like Spider-Man 2099. How does Firestar gain charged? Gwenpool! But Gwenpool's power extends further. Her abilities allow her to attack stealth characters and flip stealth on enemies, so no one can hide from the new Warriors with Gwenpool in the battle. This is really cool, or this would be really cool if it didn't feel so forced. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking forward to these characters, don't get me wrong. I'm getting more and more excited about Gwenpool. She just got introduced to Marvel Crisis Protocol, now she's coming to Marvel Strike Force. She seems interesting. I'm debating picking up her comic and giving it a go. But it's just frustrating that, like, she is so obviously here to fix a problem that Scopely made. And Scopely, like, I'm not part of the Envoy program, but by listening to Mr. Hartgrave, it sounds like Scopely has straight up said, yes, we created a problem on purpose so that we could give you a solution, and that's how the game is going to be going forward. They're going to create problems and give you solutions. And by give you solutions, I mean give you the ability to buy solutions. So, I don't love it, but I do really enjoy Cosmic Crucible, so I'm kind of in that, I kind of have to. Not going to pay for these things. Like, I'm going to get them free over time. I'm going to grind for them, do whatever I have to do. But that's just the world we live in if you play this game, and I play this game quite a bit, so I guess that's where we're at. New characters and updates. Reinforce your roster with 6 new playable characters, including Nova, who I believe is the legendary, Cosmo, Korg, Star-Lord Annihilation, which is our 3rd Star-Lord in the game, Thor from Infinity Watch, and Gwenpool. So there's going to be a Nowhere Scourge event, and you're going to need that Nowhere team for it. Hopefully this will work like the other Scourges did, because I actually found them to be pretty fun. Excuse me. Where you need to have so many teams built up, but your Nowhere team is pivotal in rooms like 5 and 10 or something like that. I hope you don't need the Nowhere team for the entire thing, because then you can't really do any of it if you don't have those characters. Whereas, at least if you had, like say in the Death Scourge, let's say, is it the Red Hulk Scourge? No, the Rogue Scourge. Rogue Scourge required, like, Young Avengers, let's say. If you didn't have the Young Avengers, you could at least do the first couple of nodes really, really high level and get some points that way. If they're not going to do that and you have to have the Nowhere team the entire time, then you cannot play this until you unlock the Nowhere team. We'll have to see. It doesn't say what the Scourge is going to look like entirely, but I'm looking forward to it. The Scourges have been good in the past, so we'll see. Gwenpool. Making the leap from the comic panels to Marvel Strike Force is the newest member of the New Warriors, Gwenpool. Complete your New Warriors team with this fourth wall breaking brawler to slice through competition and untangle webs in Cosmic Crucible. They've got a couple of characters now who can break the fourth wall. Please show that in-game. Like, take their health bar and use it as a weapon or something like that. Like, actually make it kind of fourth wall breaking, right? Like, you've got She-Hulk, you've got Deadpool, now you've got Gwenpool. Do something cool with it. Step outside the box. Whatever. Updates. Nebula will have the Guardian tag. Who cares? I believe Cosmo and Star-Lord also have the Guardians tag, but the Guardians are not getting a rework that anybody has mentioned or even alluded to at this point, so I don't know what the point of the Guardian tag is. But, so be it. There are new costumes for Nick Fury and Thor. Let's go take a quick look at those, because those are live in-game. Those are one of the few things live in-game. So you can see, they do have the Nick Fury Skrull live in-game. This is kind of cool. I don't know that I'll be running him, as I like this costume quite a bit. But, I mean, if this comes up in Secret Invasion... Is that the show he's coming out with? Secret Invasion? I think it is. Could be cool. Could be cool. What else we got? We also have Thor down at the bottom here. So they're giving us a brand new character, and he's already got a new costume, which is the Ravager Thor. This is Love and Thunder, because that did so well. Sure. As far as the actual Thor goes, he looks pretty cool. I like his axe. Stormbreaker. So, that's neat. I don't think you need a new costume for a character that's not even out yet, but hey, what do I know? Can't miss events. Solar Flare. Join the month-long strike operation to recruit the new warrior Firestar and Borsu. Yeah, this is already happening. We're doing this already. Incursion Raid. Deploy your invaders into raid lanes, swarming with enemies, and rape with rare rewards in this event for your battle-hardened raid specialists. What I heard about this, and I guess I should cite that I heard it from Boylon, it sounds like there's not going to be difficulties like there are for the Doom raids and the beta raids and such like that. Instead, it's going to be more like a Scourge event where, like, you activate different disadvantages, and the more disadvantages you have, the better rewards you're going to get from it. Which is really interesting for an Alliance-wide thing. I think that's going to make it really, really tough for the Alliance leaders to kind of decide what level their Alliance is at. I mean, if you're on a high level or a really low level, but for us mid-level people, it's going to be tough because we got some people who are like 95 chomping at the bit, and you got some people who are like, yeah, 87 or lower, and they're just kind of like, I'm just here for fun. We'll see. If that is the way that goes, it's kind of interesting. I like that it's something new, something different, but it doesn't specify that here. So that's just as far as I know, a rumor from Boylon. I don't know if you got that from the Envoy program or not, but it's cool if that's what it turns out to be. Sounds like a lot of extra work for the leaders, though. Ultimate 32. Test your Cosmic Crucible skills like never before during the Ultimate 32, a 32 Commander tournament meant to decipher the true heavyweights of the Living Tribunal scales. Rumble in this limited time, expanded Cosmic Crucible that features special stage rules to compete for boosted rewards and Quicksilver character shards. See our recent blog for a rundown of the rooms and the details. I did cover that before in the video before this, the Firestar, how to unlock Firestar. And at some point I'm hoping to go over this in even greater detail and tell you exactly what teams I'm planning on putting in my defense, so you can do the same, or you can tell me if I'm just flat out wrong on something. Haven't made that video yet, hopefully that's coming soon. Alliance War, Nowhere Siege. Apocalypse has begun an assault on Strike's helicarrier. Rally your allies to defend against Apocalypse and his forces with this Alliance War event that features limited time rule updates, room bonuses, and new Alliance War teams. Keep an eye on this weekly Friday blogs for more details. One of the things that I've heard about this is you're going to get characters that are going to have buffs, but the buffs are only going to be good for so long. For instance, Black Order is going to get a buff, but they're not getting a full-time buff. Like, they're not getting better, period. They're just getting better in Alliance War. Kind of cool, kind of makes them relevant again, at least in some way, but it'd be nice if they just got an actual buff so they were good again. By the time I got to the point where I had 5 Black Order characters, they were not relevant in the game anymore, so I've never really gotten to play with them. To Infinity. Assemble a top squad possessing the limited time intergalactic trait for Cosmo's event campaign mission, where you can earn tons of Cosmo character shards. I like the bringing back the campaign missions to unlock characters. Those are actually not bad ways to do it. And if you're willing to core even a little bit, it's not that hard to get like a 4 or even a 5-star character out of one of those things. So this is great news. I wonder if we can actually check that out and see who has that trait. Intergalactic. Planetary. No. Not there yet. Oop. New features, updates, and more. Cosmic Crucible Season 3, we already know this is really disappointing. It's turning out to be much like Season 2. Mr. Hartgrave did have an interesting point. It is not anything other than something he came up with as far as I know. He did not cite the Envoy program. He did not cite knowing it from anybody else, talking to a developer. He's just thinking, one of the things he's thinking is, because the way the rooms are working now, you've got rooms 1 and 2, which used to be nothing, are now what rooms 3 and 4 used to be, and rooms 3 and 4 what rooms 5 and 6 used to be, and now rooms 5 and 6 are something new. So it looks like they're just going to be pushing things down the line so that you're going to have 2 rotate out and 2 rotate in every time, every, 3 months or whatever the season is. That's actually pretty cool. It kind of sucks because that means we're stuck with Tangled Web and Eternals for another couple of months. But if that's the way they're going to go with that going forward, what that means is the people in rooms 5 and 6, you can confidently build as they're going to be good for 8 or 9 months. That's actually really good to know, because if it had just been randomized, they just get rid of those characters and bring in something else, you might have built up your, say, Wakandans really, really high, and then they just go away and they're not useful anymore. So this way, if this is what they're going to do, and if they confirm this, you will be able to safely build whatever is in room 5 and room 6, and you know you're going to get value out of them for quite some time. I'm really just repeating what Mr. Hartgrave said. I have no inside source. He had no inside source, but that would be really cool if that's the way they go with this. Let's hope we get an update actually telling us that at some point. New Teal Origin challenges. Put the strength of your roster on display with the new challenge tiers with rewards to help you stock up on even more valuable augmented Origin gear. Sure. Isotope 8 hard difficulty campaigns. Earn more valuable T2 ISO 8 materials than ever before with the hard campaigns, chapters 1 and 2. They're not in the game yet. It just says coming soon. The updated inbox. The updated inbox is a little interesting. Let's go take a look at it really quickly if we can. I don't know why we couldn't. So we go to the inbox, you're going to see you're going to get, this is awful, show red. You're going to get all of your messages here, so everything that's just like, hey, you know, we're doing this is coming, don't forget about payday, and then you're going to get your rewards, which are where you actually get items. You can see the claim all button has moved from down here to up here, so hopefully it's a little bit harder to hit. And if you hit claim all, which I don't have anything to claim currently, there will be a pop-up message saying, are you sure? Or something like that. So it's going to get away from that. I don't know why. I personally never hit this button by accident, but I've read a lot of things online. I've heard a lot of people say online that they did, and it really messes with your hoarding. So this is a really nice way to be getting all your messages, not screw up your hoarding, and if you do hit that button by accident, you have a second chance. That's pretty good. I say I've never messed up. I've never messed up in this game and claimed it by accident. I've done it at least twice in Marvel Snap now, where I've bought an alternate card that I did not mean to buy because I was just too tired while playing the game. That sucks. So I do sympathize, although I haven't done it in this game specifically. Updated player portrait selector. You can now easily switch between the various avatars and frames you've unlocked. Ooh, how do I do that? Tap on your player profile picture from the home screen, and then tap on the profile picture again with the player profile screen to open up the same player profile a lot in this sentence. Avatar selection screen has been updated so it's easier to navigate and will show more avatars to choose from than previously. Select the frame to see. Okay, let's try that. So we go here. All right, so I want to be, let's be Kang. And then my frame. Oh, that's cool. Kang the Conqueror. Apocalypse Saga. Okay. So that's kind of cool. So you could look like an absolute noob if you wanted to, that somehow had Kang. I'm sure it's possible. That's cool. Going back to Gambit, but I like it. Oh. Can't save because it's already what it is. Alright, that's not a big fix, but I like it. That's kind of cool they can do that. Bug fixes. Elite store supplies now appear in the item finder for all languages. Cool. Supply store icons were not loading properly on some devices after starting the game. Apocalypse Saga screen was not displaying an unlocked difficulty when the characters were at 3 stars. Corrected various Apocalypse animation and VFX issues. Cosmic Crucible replay button was not functioning properly on the attack judgment screen. Character's power level was not updated on the character screen after applying ISO 8 upgrades. Union Jack was not correctly gaining charged with level 1 and 2 on his passive ability for King and Country. The combat action now matches the ability description. Improved VFX for battlefield effects. Nothing absolutely game-breaking there, but if you were if you were encountering one of those problems, I'm glad that they fixed that for you. There is one other thing I wanted to show you. It's so simple that it makes you really wonder why it wasn't there before. And that is simply, it now tells you... Oh, because I haven't paid for them. It now tells you if your characters are maxed. This is really nice, specifically on this screen, where, like, I have some that I'm missing, and now I don't have to, like, try and remember which one's there. It'll just straight up tell you which ones you still need to spend for. You still can spend the money if you just want to get the Ultimus shards for reasons passing understanding. But it's actually, it's pretty brilliant. Pretty simple, pretty brilliant. I'm here for it. Good job. Another cool little improvement is if you actually go to the characters that you're looking for that aren't maxed out, you can click on them and it'll show you where your character is at currently. So you can see that I have him at 6 stars, which I guess I could have figured out by just doing the math, but whatever. And it's just kind of a nice little thing. Again, it's so basic, it's so simple, you really gotta wonder why it wasn't there the entire time, but it's there now, so fantastic. Alright, I don't really spend that much money on this game, so I don't really get the bang for your buck improvements, but if you do, they've improved. So you now have the new 240,000 T2 level 4 blue ions, which is amazing. And you're going to get increased number of Armory 16 by 10%, Armory 17 by more than 150%, that's amazing. Increased orange gear by 50, meh. And increased T2 level 1 blue ions and green ions by 4, so 30 to 40 extra orbs each. So if you're inclined to spend money in this game, it just got better for you. No complaints there. Alright, and there we have it. That's all we've got to talk about today. I don't have anything more to say or really show you because unfortunately not a whole lot actually came out today. There is the news of stuff coming around the corner, but nothing is live to do today that wasn't out yesterday. And that's kind of disappointing when you consider that there's already so many people playing the new Lord of the Rings game that comes out today. It feels like this is a really wasted opportunity that Scopely should have capitalized on by giving us something new to do to keep us engaged with the game we're already playing, instead of just giving us another reason to go try something new. I'm personally not going to be playing the Lord of the Rings game anytime soon because I just don't really care that much about Lord of the Rings, but I gotta say, it does look nice to have something new and shiny, so I can't fault anybody who is at least giving it a try, if not switching entirely. Let me know down below if you are interested in the Lord of the Rings game, if you're just going to keep playing Marvel Strike Force, if you love these videos, if you hate these videos, if you just want to hear my voice more as you're falling to sleep. Whatever, let me know. Talk to you guys next time. Have a great week. It's a weird outro.